welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. Tonight, our friends at Penn West Toyota Lift present a crown jewel event in the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series, the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. At this time, we are about to begin our opening ceremonies, and we ask that all of you please rise up from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, please pause with us momentarily for our opening ceremonies, as our national anthem will be performed this evening by Melissa Grimm after an invocation delivered by track photographer Howie Bayless. Howie?
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, as we gather tonight for a night of enjoyment, we know it's also a dangerous night. Please keep your eyes on the drivers, the pit crew, the officials, and the fans. May tonight be what it's meant to be, a night of enjoyment. Also, will you please keep an eye on all the troops out defending our great country, and may everybody have a great week. Amen.
And now for the singing of our national anthem, Melissa Grimm.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you to Howie Bayless and Melissa Grimm. And now, race fans, are you ready to go NASCAR racing? The third, 8 laps the distance for the American Flyers Division Feature event. Green flag is out, and rookies Shelpman and Opachin lead him to the green. Three wide for the lead. It's Halfhill on the bottom, Shelpman in the middle, Rosa in car 6 on the outside. The 7 of Halfhill and the 6 of Rosa have been to victory lane already in 2008. Shelpman looking for a career first win in car 20. Three wide, the battle for third. Ed Deneen, the all-time leading winner in the division, splits the 13 of Keller and the 20 of Shelpman, and he closes in quickly on the 7 of points leader Halfhill. 8-lap feature event. We're about to begin working lap 2 as Ed Shelpman goes way up the banking and nearly hits the concrete wall. Battle for second position on lap 2 of 8. Ed Deneen in car 16, taking a position away from the 7 of Jeff Halfhill. Once again, no heat racing tonight, no preliminaries, all feature racing events for the divisions except the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models. And on lap 3 of 8 in the American Flyers division feature, the 6 of Paul Rosa out in front. 16 of Ed Deneen, who started at the back of the pack, is closing in quickly. A pair of Chevrolet Cavaliers at the front of the field. Then a distant third, it's Jeff Halfhill. The West Side Lube and Tire 7, that's a Dodge Daytona for the points leader. And we've got a lead battle on the front straight. As the crossed flags indicate halfway through this feature event, Ed Deneen drops off the racing surface. He's driving through the wet grass to the inside of turns 1 and 2, and Paul Rosa maintains the lead. Rosa, a sophomore driver who won 2 features as a rookie last season, already been to victory lane this season and gets a love tap from Ed Deneen in turn number 4. The Stands Transmission sponsored number 6 out in front of the 16 of Ed Deneen, the former division champion. fight for the lead into turn number 3 will go door to door. Paul Rosa on the inside, Ed Deneen on the outside. More contact is made in turns 3 and 4. They're trading stickers down the front straight and into turn number 1. Look at Rosa throw it in, drifting up into Deneen's lane. Nearly making contact once again. Just 2 laps to go. And now Deneen pulling ahead in turn 3 by just about a car length. Rosa trying to battle back. Nearly contact made once again, and out of turn 4, the new leader is Ed Deneen in car 16 at the wave of the white flag. Final time around the speedway for the entry-level American Flyers. If you're looking for an affordable and easy way to move from the grandstands to the speedway, just visit our website at Motordrome.com and download a set of rules to build your very own American Flyers race car. Tonight, the all-time leading winner, Ed Deneen, picks up another checkered flag over Paul Rosa. Jeff Halfhill, the points leader, in 3rd. Jared Opachin is 4th, and last week's winner, Ron Eifert, complete the top 5. Well, Ed, all the times that we've talked to you, I don't think we get to talk to you much in daylight. The first feature up tonight. How did that feel racing around here in daylight?
I didn't know what it was like to be in daylight. I couldn't see, so not enough light. No, it was nice. It was a good race. Good racer, Paul. Oh, man.
It looked like you guys made contact a couple times, but you got a big smile on your face here.
We never touched. Never touched. Looked like it, but we never touched.
Close, fun racing in this division.
Man, yeah, a little head down there in the corner, he cut me down, and I had to go through the dirt, which wouldn't have been best if it's mud tonight. Oh, man. I didn't think I was going to get out of there, but it worked out okay.
Well, out of the dirt, back on the pavement, and into victory lane. How about a chance to thank your sponsors?
Yeah, I want to thank Antique Auto Appraisals. I want to thank Advanced Automotive, Swissvale Pro Sign, Swissvale Music, Lamar Kitchens, Engine Express, and Colgan Towing.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. First feature winner on Penn West Toyota Lift Night, Ed Deneen. He starts inside, the former champion in car 1, Tracy Keller. Green flag waving for 15 laps of Charger competition. Nearly 3 wide in the battle for second. Look at Matt Gardner all the way on the bottom. He's got the 7 cars sideways. Makes a terrific save. Matt, gather it up. Gardner making a tremendous save as the green flag stays out. He loses several positions. It'll be the 48 of Dustin Blank leading lap number 1. A battle of cousins, side by side on the back straight for second position. Tracy Keller in car 1, Denny Keller in car 13, and they're stacked up 2 wide all the way back into 7th position. The 4 is Mike Lemley, the defending champ, going 3 wide on the front straight. Denny Keller in the middle, Tracy Keller on the outside, Mike Lemley on the bottom. A pair of Chevrolet Monte Carlos surrounding an Oldsmobile Cutlass, and 3 very close friends off the racetrack, racing very close on the speedway. The Keller cousins now back in 3rd and 4th as Mike Lemley moves into the runner-up position. 68 of Ed Neidhart beginning to make a pass of Keller as well. We could be 3 wide again in turn 1. It's the 13 of Denny Keller now in sole position of 3rd. Ed Neidhart advancing beneath the former division champion into 4th spot. Jimmy Stokes in 95 started last. He's trying to climb into the top 5, but we're going to have a battle for the lead coming up shortly as the 48 of Dustin Blank leads him into turn 1, working lap number 4 of 15. Mike Lemley in car 4 closes in quickly. Lemley has 1 feature victory this season, and as a feature winner last year, earned the division championship in 2007. Lemley closing up quickly to the rear bumper of multiple division veteran Dustin Blank in 48. And a heated fight for 3rd position, Neidhart, Keller, and Stokes. But now look back at the lead battle. Action all over the speedway. Mike Lemley in car 4 moves to the outside of the 48 of Dustin Blank. Blank, a teammate to Neidhart, who's battling for third, is about to lose the lead by inches at the scoring line. Working lap number 6, new leader is Mike Lemley, taking the point position from Dustin Blank, and now Blank and his teammate Neidhart are second and third on the speedway. Jimmy Stokes also powers beneath the 13 of Denny Keller. The Neidhart teammates of Blank and Neidhart in 68, yet to be victorious in Charger Division racing action. Moving by the lapped 43 machine of Minjok, leader Lemley stretching out his margin over the 48 of Dustin Blank. And now a 2-wide battle for third approaches the lap car. What's going to happen in turn 4? Will Stokes try to go 3 wide? On the front straight, we are. Neidhart, Stokes, and the lap car of Minjok 3 wide, working lap number 8 of 15. Jimmy Stokes now taking a position away from Ed Neidhart in 68 and closing on Neidhart's teammate Dustin Blank. The 95 car, Jimmy sideways, Stokes trying to make a move for second spot, prying the inside lane open from the 48 of Dustin Blank. And all of that heated action among 3 race cars allows leader Mike Lemley to pull out to a half straightaway advantage. Stokes now in second spot, and the teammates are side by side for third as we are working lap number 10 of 15 for the Charger Division feature here on Penn West Toyota Lift Night. And after that disastrous opening lap, Matt Gardner has climbed his way back into the top 5 in car 7. Gardner, a teammate to Stokes and the MAG racing operation, and they've got the Neidhart teammates separating them on the speedway as Mike Lemley continues to lead. Mike Lemley in car number 4 from Dawson, Pennsylvania had a huge lead that is quickly diminishing as Jimmy Stokes in car 95, who started last, is closing that gap quickly with 3 laps remaining. Neidhart all by himself in third as he has passed his teammate Dustin Blank, who led the early laps of this event. Then Gardner back up to 5th after nearly losing the handle on lap 1. In turn 4, watching the leaders, Mike Lemley's advantage down to about 2.5 car lengths now. As the signal is given, 2 laps to go, here comes a challenge for the lead in turn 2. Jimmy Stokes to the inside in car 95. Both drivers have been to victory lane this season. Lemley, the defending champion. Stokes, the dominant winner of 2008. And Stokes in turn number 4 ekes ahead by a car length as the final lap begins. Stokes is pumping his fist in jubilation after starting last, but Mike Lemley's not letting him run away with it in car 4. Down the back straight into turn 3 the final time. Lemley with a bonsai move to the outside. Can he regain the lead in the closing feet of this event? Dirt tracks the car out of turn 4. Jimmy Stokes will win again over Mike Lemley. Ed Neidhart, Matt Gardner up to 4th, and Dustin Blank in 5th. Well, Jimmy Stokes, I get to see an awful lot of races in my year, and very rarely do I get to see the driver pump his fist with jubilation on the front straight. That had to be a really good feeling to make that pass of Mike Lemley after you started at the back of the pack.
I won this one for my late son, Jimmy. Tomorrow's his birthday.
An emotional dedication here in Victory Lane from Jimmy Stokes. He lost his son, and a birthday wish tomorrow. I knew something special had to be going on when you made that lead pass, and you did it clean tonight. You did it the way your son would like. And how about a quick chance to thank your sponsors?
Yeah, AK Chassis, Harmony Auto Parts, Miller's Yamaha, Westside Lube and Tire, Mag Racing, PA Appraisal Services, Stan's Transmissions, Barnes Sheet Metal, and Fort Robinson Outlet, and my wife Mary, and my daughter Samantha, and my crew chief Ronnie. Come here, man. You got to give him the credit. He sets the car up. I just drive it. Get over here, man.
Gonna share in the photo session with him tonight?
Yep, absolutely.
The MAG Racing team pulls it off again, and the leading winner of the season after starting last, ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Stokes. In 94. The 11 of Bobby Henry, the 45 of Rick Boyer. Green flag is out. 10 laps for the NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Models in heat race number 1 in preparation for the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. And Mark Smith in car 94, the driver from Myersdale, Pennsylvania, out in front of Gregory Kelly. Then it's Bobby Henry in car 11, Kelly's mentor in 3rd spot with Rick Boyer 4th, and Dave Merrow 5th, working lap number 1 of 10. Challenge for 4th position, the 69 of Dave Merrow dives to the inside of Rick Boyer. Merrow, the 2001 Truck Division champion here at Motordrome, and Boyer in car 45, the longtime veteran of Super Late Model and Limited Late Model competition, as Merrow dirt tracks the car out of turn 2, still holds the 4th position. Up front, the Hunter's Peterbilt 94 of Mark Smith. In 2nd, Gregory Kelly, the D&K Sales and Service Chevrolet number 44, and in 3rd, defending track champion, the Stone & Company Megan Ford 11 of Bobby Henry. Mark Smith in car 94 has had a disastrous start to 2008 with crashes and mechanical problems plaguing the Richter Motorsports team. Smith out in front on lap 4 of 10 ahead of Kelly, Henry, Merrow, and Boyer. Crossed flags indicate halfway through this heat race event, 5 laps down and 5 laps remaining, as these preliminary events will help to establish the starting grid for tonight's Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Mark Smith, the Ford, out in front. Gregory Kelly's Chevrolet in 2nd. Bobby Henry's Ford in 3rd, working lap number 6 of 10. Kelly in car 44 will soon be feeling the pressure of his mentor, Bobby Henry, in car 11, as less than 2 car lengths separate them, while Mark Smith runs away with the lead on lap 7 of 10. Henry in car 11, sharing his hometown of Connellsville with Kelly. Henry, the 2007 NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Model champion, and Gregory Kelly, the 2003 and 2004 Truck Division champion here at Motordrome. Just behind them, another former truck champion, Dave Merrow in 69 from Wall, Pennsylvania, making only his 2nd start of the season at Motordrome, and the 45 of Rick Boyer, making his first appearance this season in Smithton. White flag waving, final time around the paved half mile, and Mark Smith in car 94 looking to turn around a dismal trio of starts on the opening 3 rounds of the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series here at Motordrome this season. His Richter Motorsports teammate has 3 feature victories, and now out of turn 4, a first heat race victory for Mark Smith of Myersdale in car 94. Gregory Kelly, Bobby Henry, Dave Merrow, and Rick Boyer complete the top 5. Veteran Mark Poole starts 3rd. Former champions Will Trout in 95 and Miller in 21 take the green flag. 3 former track champions on the starting grid, and there's contact as Mark Smith gets into the 95 of Gary Wiltrout. Mark Poole, the veteran in car 96, the Howard Concrete Pumping Chevrolet, got crossed up in turns 1 and 2, and when he tried to save it, Gary Wiltrout was right there in car 95. Wiltrout using the Dusty Rhodes Super Late Model tonight as his Palagrudo Motorsports entry. Lost an engine in hot laps earlier tonight. And Mark Poole from 84 Pennsylvania, and the Dunbar Dominator, 3-time champ Rick Miller in car 21. Drivers looking for top starting positions in tonight's Penn West Toyota Lift 100 and scoring valuable Motordrome Speedway Championship points in this 10-lap preliminary, with Mark Catone leading Todd Price on lap 1. Mark Poole's car number 96 showing signs of the contact with a tire mark across the right side door. And that contact may have ended the evening for veteran Gary Wiltrout, but Poole hanging right in there, third position behind Todd Price. Up front, the Al's Construction Ford, number 31 of veteran Mark Catone. Catone's crew chief and brother Mike, a former four-cylinder champion here at the Motordrome Speedway, as a challenge develops for second position. The Frankie Day Oldies Show, D&D Office Plus 15 of Todd Price, now feeling the pressure of the Howard Concrete Pumping 96, driven by Mark Poole, and the veteran has the inside lane, about to move into second position as three-time champion Rick Miller watches this battle from fourth and working lap number 4 of 10. Mark Poole now the runner-up on the speedway, then Todd Price and Rick Miller. Catone with a lead of 7 or 8 car lengths over Poole, and now side by side. The Zoom Internet Brooks Automotive Group 21 of Rick Miller, trying to take a position away from Todd Price. Miller, also a former Clearfield Speedway champion and a former National ASA Series traveler. Fourth and looking to advance to third around Todd Price. Price driving for the Mans family 51 Motorsports operation. Car owner and crewman Dave Mans is a street stock competitor on Saturday nights himself, watching his car and driver Todd Price fend off three-time former champion Rick Miller. Working lap 7 of 10, side-by-side action is for fourth. Rick Miller in car 21, Todd Price in 15. Still door-to-door all the way through turns 3, and now Miller takes the third spot away with 2 laps remaining. Mark Catone leading this event, the smooth and conservatively smart veteran from McKeesport, Pennsylvania, taking the white flag for his final tour around the speedway. Catone this season has led heat and feature events, but has yet to take a checkered flag. This will be the first heat race victory for a driver no stranger to 100-lap contests like tonight's Penn West Toyota Lift event, and Mark Catone will win this heat race over Mark Poole, Rick Miller, and Todd Price. Warwick lead him to the green. John McClurg and Nathan Russell in row 2, and there's the green flag. Sean Pilla out to the early lead in car 5. He is seeking a career first feature victory in NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Model competition, but he has finished in the top 3 in 100-lap contests in his career. The driver in second position, Cody Quarrick, last season was in the 4-cylinder American Flyers division, now makes the jump to NASCAR Late Model competition, and fellow rookie Nathan Russell loses the third position to Neil Brown. Working lap number 2, Neil Brown pulls into third position as the only 3-time feature winner. Cody Quarrick looms just in front, the Uniontown driver, a young rookie in car 6. He raced on the dirt first in 4-cylinder competition before switching to Motordrome Speedway last season, and on lap 3, Neil Brown becomes the runner-up. Coming into tonight's action, Brown is 6th in the championship points chase, and just in front of him, the driver who was his teammate throughout 2007, Sean Pilla. Up front, former teammates. Leading in car 5, the Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil Products, JG Industry number 5 of Sean Pilla. Behind him, the Richter Motorsports B team, sponsored by Hunter's Peterbilt and Davies Ford. Neil Brown, and we've got action in the battle for third as Nathan Russell in the 26 makes a pass of fellow rookie Cody Quarrick, while Jimmy Weller, the third in car 23, looms in the 4th spot. Working lap number 6 of 10, and Weller will advance around Quarrick for 4th, but up front a lead battle develops. Sean Pilla in car 5, who fielded a team last season for Neil Brown, who went to victory lane repeatedly in 2007. Brown now with the Richter Motorsports team. haunting the back bumper of Pilla, is the leading winner of the season so far. Brown moves to the outside. The spec engine Ford for Brown, the Chevrolet for Pilla on the inside. And at the scoring line, it will be Pilla leading by a fender on lap number 8. Door to door in turns 1 and 2 for the lead. Brown to the outside and powering away from leader Sean Pilla to take over the point position. Jimmy Weller side by side with rookie Nathan Russell in turns 3 and 4. That's the battle for third as the white flag signals final lap. Weller from Hubbard, Ohio, advancing 3 positions up to third in this 10-lap heat race. But in turns 3 and 4, another checkered flag for Acme, Pennsylvania's Neil Brown, getting the win over Sean Pilla, Jimmy Weller, Nathan Russell, and Cody Quarrick. Derry 37 is Paul Urso from Glenshaw. Green flag is out. Bo Glemba out to an early lead in car 78 as a late model sophomore. He has already won a heat race in 2008. Barry Audi, a 2-track champion, into second spot in car 75. The battle for fourth, side by side, Tommy Beck in the Benz Motorsports 60 and Komarinsky in 33, and Beck takes the spot. Here comes Paul Urso in 37 to challenge Komarinsky. Up front, Glemba leading Audi, Mitchell, and Beck. Bo Glemba's lead about 4 or 5 car lengths on the back straight. Then Jenners, Pennsylvania's Barry Audi, feeling the pressure of Brewston Mills, West Virginia's Richard Mitchell. Mitchell yet to win this season after taking the 07 campaign off from competition. And on lap 3 of 10, Glemba extends his lead. Now Mitchell looking to the inside. Mitchell, a former champion of Motordrome and Jennerstown. Audi, a former champion of Jennerstown and Clearfield. And Tommy Beck moves to the outside in car 60 just as Mitchell changes lanes in front of him. Action on lap 4 in a fight for top 5 positions. Now Mitchell looking inside of Audi once again. And 3 cars now closing in on Glemba, who ran away with this event for the first 3 laps. Very close racing into turn number 1 as Barry Audi in 75 tries to fend off Richard Mitchell in car 22. Mitchell driving the Martinelli's Auto, Tom Clark Chevrolet, Carvel Ice Cream Stores 22, nearly making contact with the Wheeler Brothers Stoystown 75 of Barry Audi. Very close racing there in heat race competition. Tommy Beck, the points leader, in third with the Stans Transmissions number 60. Then Paul Urso in 37, the Sullivan Chevrolet. At the scoring line, Barry Audi holds on to third by inches over Tommy Beck with 3 laps to go, and a lead challenge develops on the back straight. Side by side for third and side by side for first. Beck breaks away with the third spot. Mitchell hangs tough on the outside and will take the lead by a fender with 2 laps to go from Glemba. Bo Glemba from Charleroi, Pennsylvania, multiple feature winner in the modifieds. Now in super late model action with 1 heat race win, loses the lead with 2 laps to go to former NASCAR Northeast Region champion Richard Mitchell. Final lap as the white flag waves. Tommy Beck now looks to the inside of Glemba. Mitchell opens up a big lead on the final circuit, and here comes Tommy Beck on the back straight trying to get back valuable points that he lost in last week's D and F. And out of turn 4 for the first time this season, Richard Mitchell takes the checkered flag over Tommy Beck, Bo Glemba, Paul Urso, and Barry Audi. Wegger 68, Jamie Shipley, and 20 laps for the Subway Street Stocks are about to get underway. Oh, look at this, 3 wide, maybe 4 wide. Havoc at the front of the field. Tried to go 4 wide. Andrew Kostelnik makes contact with Sean Phillips, and it's chaos on lap 1 as the Subway Challenge driver, Teddy Gabala, loses the lead to Bill Henry. Bill Henry started in 5th position, and with a couple rows 3 wide on lap 1, takes the lead. Henry, with one feature victory already this season, was the winner of the biggest race of last year in the Subway Street Stocks, and he's out in front of Jonathan Heilman, the points leader. Teddy Gabala in the Tom Clark Chevrolet number 3 after starting. And we got problems. The AK chassis teammates crashing on the back straight. It's Andrew Kostelnik, last week's feature winner in the 05, collecting the 50 of Tony Manganello. And it looks like maybe something went amiss on the 05 car that is stopped on the back straight as he turned right in the middle of the back straightaway into teammate Manganello and the AK chassis team cars, both headed pit side with severe damage. Gabala and Sean Phillips as the green flag waves. 18 laps remaining. Battle for fourth. Sean Phillips dives to the inside of Gabala. Phillips trying to take that spot away on the back straight and will complete the pass for fourth position. Jonathan Heilman, the points leader, second on the racetrack. Bill Henry leading on the speedway is fourth in the championship chase. Joe Nicola, third on the racetrack, is second in the points. Battle for fifth. Jason Holder in car 74, the opening night feature winner, looking to the inside of Gabala in the 3. Tony Manganello back in competition, missing the fenders and nosework of the 50 car. Working lap number 5, Bill Henry still out in front. The Advanced Auto Parts sponsored 64. Leading Jonathan Heilman, whose only 3 career victories happened consecutively here in 2008 to propel him to the top of the point standings. The 21-year-old Bell Vernon driver in second spot and longtime veteran Bill Henry leading. Challenge for third on lap 7, Sean Phillips in car 31, diving to the inside of Joe Nicola in 69. Nicola has been to victory lane this season, and Nicola is undefeated in heat race action in 2008, but Sean Phillips storms right by him. Phillips is third in the championship point standings, now third on the racetrack as we work lap 8 of 20. Phillips is pulling away from the Ford Thunderbird of Nicola in third spot. Meanwhile, Jonathan Heilman in car 15 is catching leader Bill Henry in car 64. A pair of Chevrolet Monte Carlos leading the field in tonight's Subway Street Stock feature event here on Penn West Toyota Lift Night. Henry leading Heilman, then Phillips, Nicola, and Gabala at the midpoint. Crossed flags indicate halfway. Bill Henry's lead now opens up to about a car length and a half as we work lap 11, as Heilman lost a little bit that time around the speedway, and Phillips in car 31 is closing in on both of the leaders. Phillips, who was a feature winner last year, with many years of Subway Street Stock and Charger Division competition on his resume, in third but gaining on the leaders quickly. 8 laps to go. It's been all Bill Henry after starting 5th, who took the lead on lap 1. Leaders on the back straight will soon be approaching the lapped car of Tony Manganello, damaged in that early event crash. And this could play into the battle for the lead. Manganello slides to the inside as leaders Henry, Heilman, and now Phillips will be approaching with 6 laps to go. The distance between Phillips and Heilman now equal to that of the space between Heilman and leader Bill Henry, as the Manganello car in turns 3 and 4 holds the inside lane. At the scoring line, we begin to work lap number 15. Sean Phillips in car 31, third on the racetrack, was a championship contender throughout 2007, and he is closing in on the points leader in 2008, Jonathan Heilman. Bill Henry, who has 2 career victories in Subway Street Stock action, still out in front as Heilman breaks the car loose out of turn 4. Phillips diving to the inside, headed into turn 3. Battle for second, going door to door in turn number 4. Nearly making contact, and Heilman will hold on to the spot by a fender officially on lap 17. Henry able to build up a big lead as a result of the torrid fight for second position. Phillips on the inside, Heilman on the outside, wheel to wheel for a full lap as leader Bill Henry sees the signal of 2 laps to go. The veteran Phillips on the inside, the youngster Heilman on the outside. With 2 laps to go, they are glued together all the way around the speedway, allowing Bill Henry his biggest margin of the race out in front. White flag waving, and officially Sean Phillips takes over the runner-up spot by a fender on the final circuit. Heated battle for second down the back straight allows for an easy final 2 laps for the driver from Vandergrift, Pennsylvania. Picking up his 3rd career victory, Bill Henry will win it over Sean Phillips, Jonathan Heilman, Joe Nicola, and Teddy Gabala. Bill, another Subway gift certificate for you. Let's talk about this race car for a minute. This is one of the oldest race cars still in competition here at Motordrome.
Oh, yeah. We had it for a while. I don't know the whole history on it, but we bought off Dave Dragovich, and it's a great car. Bill Audie built it, and we thank him a lot doing our motors. He's such a good guy. We love him to death. And I want to thank my crew, which I never do. Sorry about the other couple times. And our sponsors, Vance Auto and Matager Agency. And thanks to audience fans for coming out. It's great to see you guys. I don't know what else to say, but it was fun.
A fun lap number 1 sends him to victory lane again. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill Henry. Winner, 81 Pete Reck, 40 Brian Ship, 18 Bill Rebar. Mike Musiak in the 2 as we are green and racing. 3 wide up front, Chris Brink on the outside, Lonnie Hoffman on the inside, Rick Huffman going for second position on the inside. Chris Brink will lead lap number 1. The driver of the Zero, a sophomore modified pilot, after years of limited late model competition, feeling the pressure of Rick Huffman. Huffman in car 9, seeking a career first victory, and will take over the lead on lap 2 of 20. Battle for top 5 positions includes the 60 of defending champion Adam Kostelnik, the 6 of Tom Frank, the Ohio driver, and the 97 of George Nicola. 3 feature winners slugging it out for top 5 positions. Just in front of them, the 0-1 of Harry Ofer, who holds down 3rd. Ofer, a 2-time winner last season, yet to go to victory lane in 2008. And Kostelnik makes a quick pass of Ofer for third spot. Now Ofer's 0-1 car is wheel to wheel with multiple feature winner George Nicola from Pittsburgh. Battle for second now as, we got a problem in the middle of the back straight, cars everywhere. Brian Shipp in the 40 has hit the inside wall as the 5 of Jim Nicola spins in the center of the racetrack, nearly collecting Bobby Shipp. As second and third positions change hands, Chris Brink in the 0 back to fourth now. Adam Kostelnik in the Viglione Racing number 60 is up to second. Former street stock champion George Nicola is into third, and Rick Huffman's lead is in jeopardy. The American Infidel t-shirt sponsored number 9 out in front on lap 6, but Adam Kostelnik in car 60 is closing quickly. Huffman, who has been so much improved in the past 2 racing seasons, leading feature laps now with his number 9 car and trying to fend off the division's leading winner, Adam Kostelnik, in car 60. Wheel to wheel on the back straight for the lead. Huffman in 9, Kostelnik in 60. And Huffman's quest for a first career victory will possibly be halted by a pass for the lead on lap 8. Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport takes over the lead. We got a caution flag. In turns 3 and 4, car number 2, Mike Musiak spins. Musiak in car 2 goes around to bring out the caution with 12 laps to go. Chris Brink is fourth and Harry Ofer in fifth as the green flag waves with 12 laps remaining. In a battle for fifth position, Tom Frank in car 6 moves to the outside of Harry Ofer, with Ofer's teammate Pete Reck directly behind him. Very close racing down the front straight on lap 9 as the Ofer teammates get together and collide with the 6 of Tom Frank. Unbelievable. Bill Rebar jams the brakes on and cannot avoid contact with the 01 of Ofer. The teammates of Ofer and Reck, both of the black automobiles, made contact with each other, sending them into the 6 of young Tom Frank from Concord, Ohio. Frank was the opening night feature winner in 2008 and remains a championship threat in car number 6 as he is presently in the 4th position in the championship standings. Laps to go. Adam Kostelnik, Rick Huffman, and George Nicola bring them back to the green flag. Challenge for second position, the 97 of George Nicola. And we got a big problem on the back straight. Lonnie Hoffman was airborne briefly as the 0 of Chris Brink, the 6 of Tom Frank are collected, and the 2 of Mike Musiak spins. Didn't see the incident start, but Lonnie Hoffman was briefly airborne over the right side tires of the 0 of Chris Brink. Tom Frank in car 6 in another altercation, not of his own making, but pulls away from the scene. Week's winner, Gary Scott in 5th. Challenge for second, George Nicola looks to the inside of the 9 of Rick Huffman. Huffman had a career best performance of 3rd just a couple of weeks ago, and we are halfway through tonight's modified feature, 10 laps down and 10 to go. George Nicola in 97, wheel to wheel with Huffman in turns 3 and 4. The battle is for second, and Nicola will take the spot away on the front straight, working lap number 11. Closing into Huffman's rear bumper now, it's the 81, I should say, of Pete Reck and the 16 of Gary Scott. Kostelnik with a huge lead in car number 60. And 4 cars running very close together for top 5 positions with 8 laps remaining. Tom Frank way off the pace as a result of damage from 2 separate collisions, and he will head pit side with Nicola second, Huffman third, Pete Reck and Gary Scott, the 2 most recent feature winners, 4th and 5th. Laps to go now, and Nicola, after taking second position away from Huffman, has been unable to run away from the 9 car. In fact, Huffman looking to challenge to reclaim the runner-up spot. All of that action happening a full straightaway behind Adam Kostelnik. A challenge now for 4th position. Gary Scott and Pete Reck going wheel to wheel. Both drivers began their career on dirt tracks. And Scott, last week's feature winner in the 16 car, moving very close to the edge of making contact with the 0-1 of Harry Opfer. With the white flag waving, a heated fight for second. They are making contact on the front straight as Kostelnik runs away to the victory. George Nicola and Rick Huffman are banging bumpers to the finish. And just in front of the leader, Mike Musiak spins on the final lap, bringing out the caution flag. Mike Musiak spins just feet away from the front bumper of Adam Kostelnik, and we'll have a restart with 1 lap to go. Tremendous restart, pulling away from Nicola. No start that time, no start. Kostelnik was on the hammer too soon. We'll stack them up and try one more time as Kostelnik got a jump in turn 3. We'll go 2 laps to decide it. Kostelnik jumps on the loud pedal and we're green again. Kostelnik again builds up several car lengths of advantage between himself and Nicola, and now Huffman is unable to challenge for second as he was when the white flag waved initially. Final time around the Motordrome Speedway, and with 2 Subway Street Stock Division championships on his resume, 4 Modified Division track championships, the driver of the Viglione Racing Luzader Auto number 60, Adam Kostelnik from East McKeesport, Pennsylvania, takes another checkered flag as the leading winner of 2008 over George Nicola, Rick Huffman, Gary Scott, and Pete Reck. Well, Adam Kostelnik, we've had a couple other occasions to talk to you this season. That race seemed to be in the bag coming out of turn 4, and then you've got to dodge a spun car and do a restart all over again. What does that feel like in your mind as the driver to see that caution?
I knew I was really good on the starts, and I guess I jumped the first restart with George, but I wasn't even going to pass that 2 car. I mean, I knew I had such a lead, but that's a problem when you put mirrors in the car. People start looking behind them and not worrying about going front, and like I said, I've been ejected to the mirrors, but that's racing. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I was just luckily had a big enough lead I could just slow down and watch them spin and then have a good restart and win the race.
And a chance to thank the hard-working crew and sponsors on the 60 car.
I got to thank Harry Lazader, man. He does the motors, all horsepower. He's the crew chief. Thank Buzzy and Donna Viglione. They own the car. George Viglione, Buzzy, Donna, Dez, Chris. Thank my girlfriend Sharon. Like I said, it's just good old-fashioned family team, good organization, and put out a good car, and the car's just hooked up and good tonight. Thanks.
A good car and a good driver returning to victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Kostelnik. 20 years of competition here at Motordrome Speedway. The former Pro Stock champion from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, driving the Miller Lite, car number 33, John Komarinsky. Up next, making his first Motordrome Speedway start, all the way from Firestone, Colorado, driving car number 88, welcome Steve Green. Up next, the driver from Derry, Pennsylvania, in the Howard Johnson number 83, welcome Joe Moose. Up next, making his first start of the season at the Motordrome Speedway, the McClurg Auto Group, car number 20, driven by Perry, New York's John McClurg. Up next, from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, the former Truck Division ace, in the Toyota Camry number 1, sponsored by Penn West Toyota Lift, ladies and gentlemen, Steve Black. Up next, a former track champion at the Jennerstown Speedway, a former track champion at the Clearfield Speedway, in the Wheeler Brothers Stoystown Auto Wrecking, car number 75, from Jenners, Pennsylvania, Barry Audi. Starting inside the veteran, it's a rookie super late model driver with dirt track and pavement experience in 4-cylinder American Flyers action. The driver of car number 6 from Uniontown, Pennsylvania, Cody Quarrick. Up next, the former track champion here at the Motordrome Speedway and former Jennerstown track champion in a borrowed car from the Rhodes Racing Stable, hailing from Somerset, Pennsylvania, in car 95, Gary Wiltrout. Up next, the veteran campaigner of limited and super late model competition, driving the Bentley number 45. Welcome back to Motordrome, Rick Boyer. Up next, the former NASCAR Super Late Model Rookie of the Year, from Glenshaw, Pennsylvania, driving the Sullivan Chevrolet number 37, Paul Urso. Up next, the dirt track street stock driver turned NASCAR late model rookie, from Clearfield, Pennsylvania, in car 26, Nathan Russell. Up next, driving for the Mans Family 51 Motorsports team, the Frankie Day Oldies Show D&D Office Plus Ford number 15, from Alum Bank, Pennsylvania, Todd Price. Starting inside, the former Truck Division champion in the Cars by Dave number 69, from Wall, Pennsylvania, this is Dave Marrow. Up next, the 3-time Motordrome Speedway champion and former NASCAR Northeast Region champion, driving the Martinelli's Auto, Howard Concrete Pumping, Tom Clark Chevrolet, from Brewston Mills, West Virginia, in car 22, Richard Mitchell. Starting to his inside, the defending track champion of the Motordrome Speedway and last year's winner of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, the Stone and Company Megan Ford Palagrudo Motorsports number 11 is Bobby Henry. Up next, the second generation driver from Hubbard, Ohio. Driving the winner, Liberty Steel Products number 23, Jimmy Weller III. Up next, this season's leading feature winner. Now driving for Richter Motorsports in the Hunters Peterbilt Davies Ford number 98 from Acme, Pennsylvania, Neil Brown. A multiple feature winner in modified competition, now a sophomore in NASCAR Super Late Model Racing. The Glemba Asphalt Hemp Hill Racing number 78 from Charleroi, Pennsylvania, it's Bo Glemba. Up next, the veteran from 84, Pennsylvania. Driving the Howard Concrete Pumping number 96, this is Mark Poole. Up next, driving car number 5. A great run in the 100-lap event last season here at Motordrome. The Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil Products JG Industry Brooks Automotive Group number 5 of Sean Pilla. Starting 5th, the hard luck driver of 2008 so far, but a heat race winner tonight. In the Richter Motorsports Hunters Peterbilt number 94 from Myersdale, Pennsylvania, Mark Smith. Up next, the current points leader with one feature victory this season, the dominant feature winner of 2007. Driving the Benz Motorsports Stans Transmissions number 60, Tommy Beck. Starting from 3rd position, the former Truck Division champion. The D&K Sales and Service Henry Motors number 44 from Connellsville, Pennsylvania, Gregory Kelly. Up to the front row, a pair of former champions. On the outside, the former champion of Clearfield Speedway and 3-time Motordrome Speedway track champion from Dunbar, Pennsylvania. In the Zoom Bang Internet Brooks Automotive Group 21, Rick Miller. And starting on the pole by luck of the draw, a heat race winner tonight, the 2-time Motordrome Speedway track champion. In the Al's Construction and Supply Evanuic Engines number 31 from McKeesport, Pennsylvania, Mark Catone. And that sets the starting field for tonight's Penn West Toyota Lift 100. And now from Penn West Toyota Lift, we turn our attention to Janice Bush for the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Toyota Lift 100 is up to full speed on the front straight. Side by side through turns 1 and 2. Mark Catone with the early lead. Trouble in turn number 3 as Dave Merrow gets off the racing surface, and we got a caution flag for Merrow's spin in turn 4. Green flag is out. Three cars fighting for the lead on lap 1, including points leader Tommy Beck in 60, Mark Catone in 31, and Rick Miller in 21. And Beck takes the lead from Mark Catone. Officially on lap 2, Tommy Beck is out in front. Battle for third, Gregory Kelly in the 44 car, challenging Rick Miller in 21. On lap 3, the fight for position 3 with Kelly to the inside of the veteran, and he will take the spot away from Miller, opening the inside lane for Mark Smith, the heat race winner earlier tonight. And on lap 4, Rick Miller, the 3-time champion, is off the pace, dropping out of the top 5 in car 21. Leader Beck, second Catone, third is Kelly. In fourth, Mark Smith. In fifth, Mark Poole. The 98 of Neil Brown is sixth on lap 7 with Richard Mitchell in seventh and Bobby Henry in eighth. Challenge for a top 5 position. Neil Brown in car 98, looking to the inside of Mark Poole's 96. Brown surrounded by the Howard concrete pumping, identically blue race cars of Richard Mitchell behind and Mark Poole in front. Brown settles back now into 6th spot as Poole seemed to be gaining on Mark Smith's 94 car. Working lap 11, and Tommy Beck, the leader, has already been forced to weave lap traffic. Catone is all by himself in second. Gregory Kelly is all by himself in third, but a heated battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Neil Brown now to the inside of Mark Poole on the front straight, working lap 12. Brown in car 98. Currently separating Poole and Richard Mitchell, the teammates, and now this group of cars approaches the back markers of Joe Moose and the 88 car of Steve Green. Into turn number 1, 2 wide, maybe 3 wide briefly, as Brown is now officially in 5th spot, and Richard Mitchell gets held up by the Joe Moose 83 car on the back straight. Mark Poole hanging right with Neil Brown, who just took the 5th position away from him. Then it's Mark Smith just ahead in 4th. Mitchell in 7th behind Poole. And we got a spin on the back straight. Joe Moose goes around and Sean Pilla avoids contact but collects Paul Urso and Jimmy Weller. Urso in car 37, who has been so strong throughout 2008. Collected in this mishap where Joe Moose spins out of turn number 2 onto the back straight. Heavy body damage for Ohio's Jimmy Weller in car 23. Joe Moose in 83, Paul Urso in 37, and Jimmy Weller in 23, all involved in this incident. Gary Wiltrout bringing the Dusty Rhodes number 95 car in for pit service on the front straight. and Jimmy Weller's crew getting ready to tend to the body damage on 23. The Hammer leading Mark Catone, Gregory Kelly, Mark Smith, and Neil Brown. And we got a big problem in turn number 2 as Steve Black and John Komarinsky are locked up. A pair of veteran drivers from Greensburg as Komarinsky's Miller Lite 33 and Steve Black's Penn West Toyota Lift Camry showing sparks and damage after this incident in turn number 2. Of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Tommy Beck, Mark Catone, and Gregory Kelly lead them back to full speed. We got a problem in turns 3 and 4. Barry Audi up against the outside wall. And in avoidance tactics, Nathan Russell, the rookie, gets tagged by Rick Boyer in the repercussions. Last week, Barry Audi in car 75 badly damaged the rear end of that car with a spin in turn number 1. And Todd Price heads down pit lane. I'm not sure if he got a piece of that Barry Audi incident. Green flag waves. Back underway, the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Challenge for the 4th position, Neil Brown in car number 98. Started in 9th position, and on lap 16 is challenging Mark Smith's 94 for 4th. This time in turn 4, Brown diving to the inside. By half a car length, Smith remains in 4th, and just behind that battle, the Howard Concrete teammates of Richard Mitchell and Mark Poole go side by side. Mitchell in car number 22, started in 12th position. Now looking to move into 6th. And officially at the scoring line, Mitchell is in 6th position on lap 18, watching the battle in front of him of Neil Brown in 98 and Mark Smith in 94. Door to door and nearly making contact in turns 3 and 4. Will this battle go 3 wide? And it does briefly on the front straight. Mitchell trying to gain 2 positions in a single lap. As Neil Brown now clears the Mark Smith 94, the battle of teammates from the Richter Motorsports stable is dissolved as Richard Mitchell may be splitting those 2 teammates. Brown takes away 4th, Smith back to 5th, and now Mitchell trying to take that position away. Mark Smith and Richard Mitchell fighting for 5th. Both drivers won heat races earlier tonight. Smith, the former Jennerstown Speedway champion, as is Mitchell, and a 3-time Motordrome champion behind the wheel of car 22. Neil Brown has pulled away from teammate Mark Smith with sole possession of 4th, closing in on the 3rd place running Gregory Kelly. On the front straight, the battle for 3rd position heats up. The 44 of Kelly and the 98 of Brown, working lap number 23. And just behind them, Mitchell goes door to door with Smith. 2 rows too wide in turn 4. Battle for top 5 positions, and Neil Brown is now in 3rd on lap 24. Still side by side, Mitchell and Brown's teammate Mark Smith. Down the back straight, Mitchell looks to complete the pass, but Smith battles back again. Ford versus Chevrolet in a fight for top 5 positions, and Mitchell into the top 5 officially, now on lap 25 after starting in 12th. On the back straight, the 44 of Gregory Kelly now in 4th place. Moves around the 88 of Steve Green, the Colorado resident. Lapped car falling back, and Richard Mitchell in car 22 has caught up to Kelly. On lap 27, Mitchell in the 22, with Mark Smith just behind and Gregory Kelly in front. They approach the 15 of Todd Price that is off the pace as a result of crash damage. In turn 2, using the high side of the speedway, Richard Mitchell vaults down the back straight, door to door with Gregory Kelly. And out of turn 4, Mitchell by inches, by less than a bumper, takes over 4th position from Kelly. Using the high side of the speedway that we haven't seen all night long, the 22 car diving to the top. Now he'll use the same groove to move around the 75 of Barry Audi, damaged from an earlier crash. And just in front, headed into turn number 1 on lap 31. Mark Catone in car 31 approaches the John McClurg lapped car, and Neil Brown is closing in on the battle for 2nd. In turn number 4, Mark Catone and Neil Brown going bumper to bumper for the runner-up position as they pass the McClurg machine on lap 32. Leader Tommy Beck with a full straightaway margin over this heated fight for 2nd. Brown with 3 wins this season. Catone yet to take a checkered flag. Catone was a heat race winner earlier tonight, and Richard Mitchell has caught the duel for 2nd, making it a 3-car fight on lap 33. Testing 1, 2. Brown makes a high side pass of Mark Catone in turn number 3. And on lap 34, Neil Brown is in 2nd position. And Richard Mitchell is off the pace in car 22. After closing into battle for a top 3 position, the Howard Concrete Pumping Martinelli's Tom Clark Chevrolet 22 is losing positions in a big way. Considered a favorite for this event, Richard Mitchell has a flat left rear tire, right rear tire perhaps. Richard Mitchell stops to bring out the caution flag and will need a tire change in car 22. Laps completed in the Penn West Toyota Lift 100, and Tommy Beck brings the field back up to full speed. It's now Neil Brown in 2nd position after that pass of Mark Catone. Beck was able to run away from every car in this field all 35 laps. Will Neil Brown have something to say about Beck's margin of lead? Deep in the field, Richard Mitchell is storming by race cars with new right rear rubber on car 22. On lap 38, Tommy Beck again opens up a big lead, this time over Neil Brown. Mark Catone in 3rd. Gregory Kelly having an outstanding run in 4th, and Mark Smith in 5th after he slowed under caution period. The Hunter's Peterbilt 94 for Richter Motorsports, and Mark Smith is banging on all cylinders here on lap 39. He's getting a little pressure now from Mark Poole's 96 car, and just behind him it's the defending champ Bobby Henry, who won this event last year. Cody Quarrick in the 6 drops off the pace on lap 41. Rick Miller slows and drops off the pace. Attrition gobbling up this NASCAR Pizza Hut Super Late Model field. Best action on the speedway is the battle for 4th and 5th. Gregory Kelly in 44, 94 of Mark Smith, and the 96 of Mark Poole now on lap 43, trying to get himself on the scoreboard into 5th spot. Headed into turn 1, Mark Poole and Mark Smith racing very close, and Poole drifts up the banking. Something goes amiss on the 96 machine. Just as he was ready to make a serious challenge for 5th position, Mark Poole is way off the pace. Working lap 47, and Mark Poole again drifting up the banking in turn 2, and will be bringing out a caution flag, stopping on the racetrack. Mark Poole in car 96 with a mechanical problem that kept him from challenging Mark Smith for 5th position. Green flag is back out. Lap 47 of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. And Mark Poole returns to action after bringing out the caution flag. This time, 2 cars breaking away from the field. Tommy Beck in 60 and Neil Brown in the 98 sticking right with the Benz Motorsports entry this time. Action in the top 5 on lap 48 is heated as the 94 of Smith now feels the pressure of Bobby Henry, the defending champion. And right there with them is Richard Mitchell after the pit stop. This is right where Mitchell was battling before that flat right rear tire sent him pit side. At the starter stand this time, Denny Carson will cross the flags, indicating halfway through the 2008 running of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. And Tommy Beck is your leader. Neil Brown now falling back considerably from Beck's torrid pace at the front. Mark Catone is all by himself in 3rd. Gregory Kelly is 4th. And Mark Smith still hanging on to 5th despite the challenges of a pair of former track champions, Bobby Henry and Richard Mitchell. And in turn 4, a spin by John Komarinsky. Komarinsky in the 33 goes around to bring out the caution in turn 4 as Gary Wiltrout heads pit side in the 95. Side in 4 for the green flag with 49 laps remaining. Oh, and Tommy Beck, the leader, is bumped by Neil Brown, collecting cars inside the top 5, and Bobby Henry is into the outside wall. Tommy Beck in car 60 received contact from Neil Brown's car number 98, and the race-long leader, then gets hit by Richard Mitchell, who climbed back through this field after a pit stop. Heavy damage to the 11 of Bobby Henry and the 75 of Barry Oddie. Mitchell and Beck remain locked together at the bottom of turn number 2. Gregory Kelly into the pits in car 44 with light front end damage. Barry Oddie heads pit side. Komarinsky still on pit lane. Steve Black got a piece of that incident with more damage to the 20 of John McClurg, the New York driver, heads pit side. And now Mark Catone, the new leader, and Catone up to second as the green flag waves. 49 laps to go after an accident that changes the complexion of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Mark Smith takes over the runner-up position now on lap 52 in car 94. It's now Richter Motorsports teammates riding first and second on the speedway. Smith, who's yet to take a checkered flag in 2008, and three-time winner Neil Brown in his first season out of the Richter Motorsports stable. Leading the way over Mark Catone and Sean Pilla, having a great consistent run inside the top 5. Three wide on the front straight. Tommy Beck passing Rick Boyer and Gregory Kelly in a single move on the front straight on lap 54. The 60 car was just possibly damaged in that caution flag incident, but Beck makes it 3 wide to gain positions back through this field. Working lap 56, and the best battle on the speedway is in turn 2. Gregory Kelly takes a position away from rookie Nathan Russell. Battle for about the 7th position there. Now Tommy Beck squeezes beneath the Russell 26 car. Working lap number 57 of 100. Leader Neil Brown has a tremendous advantage over the 94 of teammate Mark Smith. Mark Catone holds on to 3rd, Sean Pilla 4th, and Dave Marrow in car 69 is up to 5th. Just behind them, a 3-car battle for 6th position. Gregory Kelly on the outside of Bo Glemba's car 78. Glemba, a heat race winner this season as a sophomore late model driver, trying to fend off Tommy Beck's advances, and the 60 car climbs to the outside to gain another spot back, passing Bo Glemba. It's now Beck in 7th, and the 44 of Gregory Kelly back up to 6th. Both drivers involved in that most recent caution flag incident. On the back straight, the challenge for 6th position with Tommy Beck in car 60, looking to the inside of Gregory Kelly. And Beck, without making a tire change after the spin in turn 2, on lap number 62, is in 6th position. Challenge for 5th position, headed into turn 3, and Tommy Beck takes the inside lane from former Truck Division champion Dave Marrow and pulls back into the top 5. Working lap 64, and now Merrow fighting for the 6th position with Gregory Kelly in 44. On the back straight, side by side, a pair of drivers who were winners and champions in the now defunct Pro Truck division at Motordrome Speedway, Gregory Kelly and Dave Merrow. And Kelly takes away 6th position. Just in front of that battle, the 5 of Sean Pilla, currently riding in 4th position, has a rear view mirror full of Tommy Beck in car 60. They approach the lap machine of Todd Price, who heads pit side, leaving Pilla and Beck to fight for 4th position. An empty racetrack here on lap 67. Here, caution in turns 1 and 2. Rick Boyer spins after contact with the 1 of Steve Black. Mark Catone in 3rd, Sean Pilla 4th, and Tommy Beck 5th as the green flag waves. Nearly 3 wide, and we are 3 wide on the back straight. Mark Catone in the middle between Tommy Beck and Sean Pilla as Pilla gains the 3rd position. Beck sneaks through for 4th, and Mark Catone drops back 2 spots on 1 lap. Working lap number 68, Tommy Beck is now 4th, and Sean Pilla is now 3rd, as Pilla grabbed a top 5 finish in last year's edition of the Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Now Beck moving to the inside of Pilla, looking for 3rd position. And Beck slides into 3rd spot with the Benz Motorsports entry. Pilla in the Nagy Sunoco Gas and Oil Products, JG. Brooks Automotive number 5 is back to 4th. It's now the Richter Motorsports teammates and Tommy Beck in 3rd on lap 71. Beck is gaining quickly on the 94 of Mark Smith. Smith, who has had repeated mechanical gremlins in the 94 car and a couple of accidents in the early part of 2008 at Motordrome Speedway, he is clearly the hard luck driver of the season. And now the points leader is closing into the rear bumper of the Hunter's Peterbilt Ford. On lap 72, Beck draws near, looking for perhaps an inside challenge for 2nd spot in turn 3. It will happen in turn 4 as he dives to the inside. At the scoring line, Mark Smith by inches holds off the advancing Tommy Beck on lap 73. Still side by side down the back straight in the fight for 2nd position. Tommy Beck, who led the first portion of this event, taking away the runner-up position from Smith. And on lap 74, Tommy Beck is back into 2nd position in car 60. The only car left to pass in front of Tommy Beck is Neil Brown in car 98, who was involved in contact that sent Beck spinning and to the tail of this field. 25 laps to go in the 2008 Penn West Toyota Lift 100. Watching the lead interval between Neil Brown's 98 and Tommy Beck's number 60 with lap 77. Mark Smith back in 3rd, Sean Pilla in 4th with an outstanding run, and Mark Catone, the pole sitter, in 5th. Is the 60 of Beck gaining on leader Neil Brown? A determined Tommy Beck has passed every race car on the speedway. And looming in front of him, the driver who started side by side with him on a mid-race restart, Neil Brown, the 3-time winner. Tommy Beck with 1 victory this season. Beck, last year's winner of the Pizza Hut 100. Slightly closing on Neil Brown as we have 20 laps remaining. Leaders will be approaching lap traffic, including Gary Wiltrout in a borrowed race car this evening in turn 3, looming just in front of Neil Brown's 98 car. Brown makes a high side pass and Beck gains a couple car lengths. On lap 82, the next lapped car that will be encountered is New York's John McClurg in the 20. Neil Brown on the back straight with an advantage over Tommy Beck that is dwindling quickly in turns 3 and 4. Brown is not able to clear McClurg's machine. And now the leaders are tightening up in lap traffic. It is lap 83 of 100, and this time Beck is forced to the high side around McClurg's 20. The next car that the leaders will encounter is Barry Audie's heavily damaged number 75 machine. With 15 laps to go, Neil Brown's lead is about 7 car lengths over Tommy Beck. And on the back straight, the Steve Black number 1 car looms in front of the leaders, damaged from an earlier accident and sponsored by tonight's event presenters, Penn West Toyota Lift. Working lap 86 now. As Tommy Beck encountered Steve Black's number 1, Neil Brown's margin of lead has increased. And now Bo Glemba in car 78 makes a bobble in turn 4, and Brown quickly puts him another lap down on lap number 88 of 100. Working lap number 89, and the lead margin holds steady for Neil Brown. The lap traffic in front of Brown is too wide and has been for a couple of laps. It's the 45 of Rick Boyer and the 26 of Nathan Russell. And there are going to be 9 laps to go as the leaders reach the scoring line. And now in turn 4, Neil Brown approaching the lap traffic of rookie Nathan Russell in car 26 and veteran Rick Boyer in 45 with just 8 laps to go. Brown trying to carefully pick his lane and decide where the lap cars are going to fall. Brown pulling up to the rear bumper of Nathan Russell with 7 laps to go, and Tommy Beck closes in quickly. Beck has dwindled the lead down to just a few car lengths as Brown had to get on the binders and could not get around the Nathan Russell machine. Now in lap traffic, it's Brown trying to move around the Boyer 45 car, and he will as Russell throws a pick for leader Brown. Tommy Beck is now mired 2 cars back in the field as we have 6 laps remaining. to go, and in turn one we have a caution flag. 78 of Bo Glemba, 33 of John Komarinsky come together, and Mark Smith in the 94 in third place is a victim of a two-car spin. Double file restart with 5 laps to go. Lapped cars will head to the tail of the field. And Tommy Beck in row 1, Mark Smith and Sean Pilla in row 2, and Beck gets a break on the restart. 5 laps remaining. Sean Pilla smoking the 5 car with body damage as Bobby Henry spins as a result down the back straight. It's just tire smoke pouring off the 5 of Sean Pilla as he perhaps got in the back of the 94 of Mark Smith when they tried to avoid the spun Komarinsky 33 car in that last caution flag incident. Nothing being dumped on the speedway, but when drivers tried to hit the brakes for the smoke, Bobby Henry, the defending champion, was a victim on the back straight. Ford versus Chevrolet. Green flag is out. This time it's Brown with a slight advantage at the scoring line with 5 to go. Beck falls into second position. Last restart, they were door to door, and we got a caution flag. There's a piece of debris on the front straight, forcing another attempt at the restart with 5 to go. Kelly and Dave Merrow third and fourth as the green flag waves. Kelly and Merrow side by side for third spot. Now Kelly pulls into that position on the back straight. Brown with 4 laps to go pulls out to an advantage over his teammate Smith. With just 3 laps to go, the only 3-time winner of the season at Motordrome Speedway could be picking up his 4th win of the season at this midpoint of the 2008 schedule. 2 laps to go, the signal given to Neil Brown, the driver from Acme, Pennsylvania, who spent a few seasons competing on the dirt tracks of Western Pennsylvania and winning dirt super late model features at the Roaring Knob Motorsports Complex. Taking the white flag, and we have a spin in turn 4. Bobby Henry goes around. And the 69 of Dave Merrow hoping for a huge upset tonight. Mark Smith in 94 stays a little closer to his teammate on this restart. Kelly again into third over the 69 of Merrow. White flag, and the final lap of the 2008 Penn West Toyota Lift 100 is underway with Neil Brown, a multiple feature winner last season driving for Sean Pilla Racing, a multiple feature winner in his career with Alborn Racing, and now a multiple feature winner for Richter Motorsports. Neil Brown wins the Penn West Toyota Lift 100 over teammate Mark Smith, Gregory Kelly, Dave Merrow, and rookie Nathan Russell into the top 5. Well, Neil Brown, a 100-lap victory here at Motordrome Speedway. Is this the biggest win of your career?
We had a couple big wins in Jennerstown, but probably here at Motordrome it is.
Now let's talk about an incident in turn 2, double file restarts. After the midpoint of this event, Tommy Beck in car 60, the leader, and you get to start right beside him at the midpoint of the race.
Well, I'm not a big fan of double file restarts. We went down, Tommy slid up, and I got into him. It's a racing deal. The other week when he got into Glenn Gould, I didn't say anything when I tore my car up, but that's racing.
And tonight with 100 laps, let's talk about the end of this feature event. How does the car feel? How did the tires hold up with a 100-lap grind around this speedway?
Well, the car's a little bit tight. Felt a little icy there towards the end. Whole car wanted to scoot up the racetrack, but all in all, I got to thank my pit crew, Davies Ford, R&M Trucking, O'Shea Lumber, Hunter's Peterbilt. I got a one-man crew pretty much during the week. Jim Alborn, got to give him all the credit. And I'd like to thank the fans and Toyota lift truck tonight.
There he is in victory lane for a 100-lap classic at Motordrome Speedway, Neil Brown. On behalf of Penn West Toyota Lift and the entire staff and management of the Motordrome Speedway, we thank each and every one of you for coming out tonight.